We're in Fountain Hills, and the smoke definitely is prevalent here. We've got our masks on just to kind of be extra cautious, but this is kind of as close as basically we can get because the cell service gets pretty spotty from here forward. But as Isaac kind of shows you, this is the Four Peaks Wilderness, and you can see just all of the smoke kind of in the distance burning from this fire. We saw some flames this morning when we first got here as well. We know that so many wildfires are human caused, and this one was actually sparked, they tell us, by a car fire. This was on Saturday afternoon near the intersection of Bush Highway and Highway 87, and it has grown and it has really exploded. I mean, less than 48 hours later, we're looking at 14,000 acres, and because of that, because of how fast this has moved, a big heads up to anybody kind of in this community, because the Gila County Sheriff's Office has put the communities of Pumpkin Center and Tonto Basin on notification. So these communities, we're told, are not immediately threatened, but the folks who live there are basically on notice right now. You want to get everything together so that you can be prepared to leave at a moment's notice if they do have evacuation orders in place. I can tell you that they're upgrading this fire just so that they can have more folks working on it. A Type 2 kind of incident command team will be taking over at about 6 this morning. So they're going to have basically the changing of the guards, if you will. 300 firefighters are working on this fire. They're working to put containment lines out, but as of now, it is not contained at all. 0% containment. No structures, though, or buildings have burned at this point. But like April mentioned, the weather for this week, especially tomorrow with the winds, definitely not going to be favorable for firefighting conditions. And if you're watching us this morning, maybe you live in Payson, you live in Pine, you're planning to visit those communities, Gina, we've got a big closure in place because the closure starts just about 8 miles north of here. But that closure, Bush Highway and the 87 closed. So you have a big detour, and you're going to map that out for us back at the station.
Yeah, Kylie, thank you so much for the report. Really appreciate it. And it is a major closure cutting off this part of our state, not just affecting those of you maybe heading to the Payson area or further north, but also, are you heading to the White Mountains? You're going to have to take a long detour. So here is where the exact closure is. It is the Beeline Highway, the State Route 87, that is closed. On the south end, it's closed at Bush Highway. On the north end, the 188. So if you are coming down the hill, so to speak, you at that point at the 188 can take the 188 down into Globe and then eventually the US 60, and then that will take you in through the East Valley. If you are coming again from maybe the Heber Overguard area, Show Low, Pine Top, you're going to just have to come down the 60 through Superior and Globe and then again into the East Valley. So we'll keep a close eye on that as the road conditions change. But I would expect to not be able to use that roadway certainly today. We'll see how much longer after today the closure is in place.